computer. Hello, hello. This is Nancy Juetten, and you are here for the Learn More, Earn More show. And I am so excited about what we're talking about today. Do you struggle figuring out what to wear to look your best? And has it ever occurred to you that some of the choices you may be making could be costing you in ways that you had no idea were unfolding? Well, that, my friends, is what we're here to talk about. My very special guest is Amy Janece, and she is an image stylist who is on a mission to make sure that every time we go to the closet, we make a smart choice that will allow us to convert colors to cash. Colors to cash. She wants you to feel like $1,000,000. And as a best-selling author and speaker, Amy knows how important it is for people to see, trust, and connect with you to make the impact you desire. She believes that you are a masterpiece and deserve to be framed as such. Welcome, welcome, Amy, to the program.
Thank you, Nancy. It's an honor to be here.
I am thrilled to have you with us because you know what? I have struggled with these issues myself. What to wear? What styles will be appropriate for my 5'10" frame? What colors are going to look good on me? I mean, sometimes as time goes by, you know, in your 20s or 30s or whatever, certain colors really look great on you. And then time goes by and your hair color changes, something else changes, and you're thinking, why is it that when I put this on, I don't feel fabulous anymore? And so I'm very eager to kind of unpack some of this so that anyone else who's watching today can say, oh my gosh, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Can we fix that up, Amy? Can we fix it?
Yes, we can.
So what do you notice when people figure out what colors are right for them? What happens for them, especially if they're speakers or experts or authors?
So what I have seen transpire is, number one, they get to know themselves better and step fully into who they are. And that's something that most of us desire without even realizing we desire it. Just giving yourself full permission to be who you are, not who the world shaped you to be. On the other side of things, and this is the juicy part that everyone wants, bigger impact. If you're a speaker or author or a coach, that's what we're doing this for, right? We want to impact people's lives. And more income, because there's no subconscious barrier between you and other people when you wear colors that are aligned with who you are. And that allows people to connect with you faster, trust you more easily, and you're going to know that either this is a good fit or it's not. So knowing that allows you to make decisions quicker on, okay, is this a good match or is it not? But basically what it boils down to is increasing your impact and increasing your income.
Well, I think I can speak for many of those who watch this show that increasing our impact and our income is always at the top of our priority list. Now, way back in the day, they used to say, oh, if you have a little black dress and a cute little purse, you're off to the races. But black is not everybody's best color, isn't that right?
That is absolutely correct. 15% of you look amazing in black.
What percent?
15.
15% look good in black. And what about the rest of us?
Well, it's like you're walking around going, I really want to connect with you.
Mm.
You're hiding in plain sight. You're making yourself invisible energetically and subconsciously. Think about if you've gone to a show or a concert, the people who are moving the stage around and equipment, they're usually all in black, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're not supposed to draw your attention. They're supposed to fade into the background. We're taught that black goes with everything, looks great on everyone, and it's slimming. Sure, it's slimming because it makes most of us disappear.
Hmm.
Not the slimming I want.
So, what would be a simple change that could create a ripple effect and a massive increase in impact and income when it comes to getting dressed?
Knowing the colors that are aligned with you, that bring you out and make you seen, versus, let me give you an example. Have you ever seen, particularly a woman who wears lipstick where all you see is her lipstick? I'll give you a celebrity example of this. Taylor Swift is known for that red lipstick, and that's awesome. And I see that lipstick before I see her. So that is not her red, in my opinion. It's attention grabbing, but it takes away from her. And that's not helping us to actually be seen, right? So yeah, knowing your colors that are aligned with you and allow you to be the masterpiece and show up and stand out, that's the easiest way to make that change just like that.
I'm going to sneeze. Um, what are some myths about the clothes that we wear that might blow our mind because it's something we've been taught and lived all along?
I would say black that looks good on everyone because it's not true. Um, have you seen the tags one size fits all?
Mm.
That is absolutely untrue. Most of us are aware of that at this point. Um, Also, one style fits all. And that's not something that's commonly said. However, when you look at the trends, right? Oh, everyone needs a little black dress. Well, not everyone loves their legs. So for a lot of people, wearing that little black dress that shows their legs is going to make them highly uncomfortable. Or for instance, the bodysuits, the one-piece tops that snap in the crotch area, those were very popular when I was growing up, and they're back. Now, when I was growing up, I wore them because they were popular, and that's what you do when you're a teenager, right? You try to blend in and fit in. I didn't know, I have a very long torso. I didn't know that was a thing. So when my friends are like, oh, these are great, I love them, I'm like, they hurt. I don't understand why everyone loves them. So now I avoid those. Those are not built for my body. So I would rather be comfortable and be true to me and my body type than to be in fashion and in.
Oh, that's so good. Now, you have a system that you teach and train on. I think it's called Embody Your Element.
Yep.
What, if anything, can you tell us about that that can compel us to want to learn more and lean in?
So a lot of us are familiar with a color analysis system where people are like, color me beautiful. They're typed in the seasons, things like that, right? So in Embody Your Element, we use the elements instead of the seasons. So earth, air, fire, and water. And they do have a color palette that corresponds. There is a color analysis that takes place where you have different cloths on you. The difference is we're also looking at the shape of your facial features, how you naturally move your hands, and who you are at the core of your being. So
Hmm.
we go back to the core characteristics of when you were a child, how did you show up and how do you show up now? What's natural to you? That tells us your primary element. We have all of them in us. Your primary element tells us the colors that are in alignment with you. So you know how to dress to show up as powerfully as possible. And that doesn't always mean standing out. I know a lot of introverts just went, I don't want it. What it means is being fully in alignment with who you are and how you show up so that people can connect with you. It doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to have people just like talking to you and giving you the attention that you don't want. There's different sections of your color fan that give off different energy. So when you're on stage, you want that attention. When you're doing an interview, you want that attention. You would wear one of your power colors, right? Which are not the power colors that are taught in corporate. Your power colors are, they correspond with your element. On the other hand, you can wear your tranquil colors that allow calm, relaxed energy, and you're not going to have people running up to you like, oh my God, you're amazing, unless that's what you're open to. So you will get attention, and it's not going to be scary attention.
You know, it's interesting that you mentioned a moment ago about Taylor Swift's red lips, or people when you notice their clothes instead of the person who's wearing them. And I will say that I have had occasion in my own life to wear really dramatic jackets that I thought were really spectacular. And for the longest time, I think my jackets were arriving in the room before I was. And I think it was a defense mechanism to take attention away from me and to bring the attention to what I was wearing, because maybe I was feeling a little insecure or not ready to be seen or whatever the case may be. And someone pointed out to me that the jacket was getting there before I did. And subsequently I made different choices, and they didn't have to be bombastic or dramatic or highly fashionable. But when I started going more monochromatic, everything started to feel a little bit more easy and easeful and more authentic and more genuine. And I think that helped me start to make better connections with the people that were there. And that was sort of an aha for me. I mean, we are not what we're wearing, we are who we are being. And I think that to find out, like, you are a fire,
Mhm.
and you've got, and you tell it, just give a little taste of what fire is.
So fires tend to be a little spicy, as far as we can be rebellious, we can be daring, we tend to be go-getters, natural leaders, direct, which can come off as bossy. We tend to be massive action takers. We might dive in before reading the instructions because patience is not always our strong suit. And I can tell you that for over 3.5 decades of my life, I lived as a water. Can I
Mm,
ask you, what does water do to fire?
extinguishes it.
So I was walking around extinguishing myself, wondering why I wasn't making connections beyond surface level. Like, why does nobody actually see me? I didn't realize it was because while I thought I wanted to be seen, I wasn't truly there yet
You see,
because I was
this
still fighting with myself.
this is why I wanted to have this conversation, because, sometimes people think, oh, it, find out what your colors are so you buy the right stuff and you get on with it. That's a very micro way of looking at this. But what you're describing is that if you look under the surface about what the what the various elements are and how you can embody them as a speaker, as a teacher, as a trainer, as an icon of influence, not only can you connect more with the people who you're there to serve, but there's some kind of big transformation that happens within the person who's putting the clothes on him or herself, because you're being your message in every possible way, not just with the words that are coming through your mouth, but through how you are showing up,
Mhm.
right?
Yes, when your presence matches your presentation, which you can interpret that however you want, because any way you interpret it is how I mean it. When your presence and your presentation are aligned, your audience or the one person you're speaking to, whoever it may be, can lean in because there's nothing misaligned. Think of a con artist. We typically hear later on, oh, I knew there was something off and I couldn't put my finger on it. Well, this is the opposite of that. This is the everything is aligned. So you're subconsciously letting down your guard and your barrier, saying, I'm open to connect with you. And the other person is receiving, this feels right. Have you ever seen a speaker? There's two different versions we're going to go over. Have you ever seen a speaker or a trainer or a leader or something, and you really want to hear what they have to say because their message sounds like it's incredible. And for whatever reason, you're just checked out. Your mind keeps wandering. And their content is amazing and they might look impeccable, but there's just something that you're just like, I don't know. My mind is going elsewhere. And then on the other hand, you might hear someone speak and you're just like all in. Even if you had no interest in their subject matter, you're just like, how do I connect with this person? I want more. I want to be in their space. That's alignment, and that's letting that subconscious barrier go. And when your presence and your presentation match, and you're just allowing yourself to show up and you're saying, hey, this is who I am and this is what I believe, your light is shining bright. And that gives other like-minded individuals not only the beauty of experiencing your light, but it gives them permission to let theirs shine bright too.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Amy. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love that so much. Now,
Thank you.
in your work, I'm imagining that speakers and speaker trainers
Mhm.
would be really interested in tuning in more completely to what it is that you do, because when they learn these lessons and embody these lessons and have their own presence and presentation be aligned, they can influence more people, make more money, have more fun, be more authentic.
Mhm.
So I'm just wondering, have you had the occasion to be baked into a top speakers community so that you can speak on their stage and bring this content forth for their followers and fans?
Yeah, absolutely. Right now I am a part of the package that Jay Stouter offers for his World Class Speakers Academy. And I'm also a student, so I get the benefit of the training from him and getting to be in the trenches with the other speakers, if you will. There's a few other programs that I've been bonused into or baked into where it really makes sense because if you want to be a speaker, you want to be visible, right? So my specialty is the colors. However, what it really is helping you be visible, helping you drop all of the subconscious and conscious things that you're doing that are making you invisible. And as one of our mutual good friends, Tim Wade, says, to be seen and heard is to be loved. I
Mm.
believe love can cure a whole lot of things that's wrong in our world today. And being visible is being seen, right? So my goal is to help as many people as I can to be visible and working with people who have those communities of speakers, trainers, authors, salespeople. If you're speaking to people, even one-on-one, it's important to connect. I've even worked with a child custody mediator and helped her choose her colors for what her day looks like. When she's in the middle of a child custody mediation, the last thing she wants to do is amplify emotions because that's a highly emotional situation. So
Ooh.
she's learned what colors to wear to bring herself to a more calm, relaxed state, but also when you're wearing the colors that give that energy that you want, not only does it help you, but it sets that energy out and amplifies it in the room as well. Not saying she doesn't have highly emotional situations still, but she has noticed a drastic decrease in the yelling and the amplified emotions that's not what we're here for.
Oh,
So it allows her.
that's so
Mhm.
strategic and focused and smart and subtle. For those who want to make big impact without saying a lot, how you show up has so much to say. And that's really what you're teaching people.
Yeah.
So what we were just touching on there is this idea that in online marketing, we're talking about this idea of integrated partnerships where there are experts that teach certain content, like how to be a brilliant speaker. But the person who's teaching about how to be a brilliant speaker may not be an expert in how to embody your element through the clothing choices that you make,
Mhm.
or the shoes that you wear, or even the jewelry that you choose. And so how awesome would it be that any speaker trainer who's watching this today would say, gee, I don't cover that in my content, but I certainly would like to. I can't wait to talk to Amy about creating an integrated partnership. And if that is you who are watching right now, Amy, what's your email address so people can reach out and make those arrangements to get those integrated partnerships started right here and right now?
My email is Amy, AMY, at embodyyourelement.com. So EMBODYYOURELEMENT.com. Um, I giggle because I've messed that up before because it kind of sounds like the alphabet when you're spelling it out. And I'm like, wait, no, I'm spelling a word. So that was where that giggle came from. So Amy at embodyyourelement.com.
I'm imagining that there's going to be 10 or 20 speaker trainers worldwide that are going to meet you today and say, why didn't I think of that? I'm going to run and not walk to meet Amy and see how we can bake that cake together. And then you have something else as a special gift that you have to make available to all those emerging and amazing speakers who want to speak well without having to, while letting their clothing do the job. Tell us about your special gift that you have for everyone who's watching today.
So it is a quick downloadable guide, really easy read. It is 3 secrets to look and feel great. My philosophy is when you feel great, you look even better. Beauty is an inside out process. I don't think you have to look a certain way or be according to, whatever society standards are. Forget the filters, forget the all the enhancements that we see going on. Be you, because everyone has natural beauty that can be enhanced naturally, right? By self-acceptance and all these things. So anyway, 3 secrets to look and feel great.
And so for those who wish to run and not walk to get that gift, you can go to getknowngetpaid.com/colors to cash, COLORSTOCASH. And we'll put both Amy's email and her special report in the show notes, so that whether you want an integrated partnership or you want to make sure that you're wearing the right colors to convert to cash, you have a fast path to get in conversation with Amy Janece. Now, before we close, I love the story you told about the child custody person who was wearing calming colors so that she could tone down the emotions and get the best outcome for the child who needed to be placed properly. But is there an example from your recent client engagements of someone who had huge aha insights, embodied their element, took the stage, and had a big win? And if there is such an example, won't you please tell us about it?
Absolutely. So, okay, a couple weeks ago, I met a woman who is starting her speaking career. She's an entrepreneur, she's a go-getter. And during our color analysis typing session, she shared that she had some really traumatic things happen as a child. Her mother passed away when she was 5, and in less than a year, her father remarried, and the stepmother was bipolar and mentally and emotionally abusive.
Wow.
So she shrunk because it wasn't safe to be seen, because being seen meant drawing the attention of the person who was abusive to her. So she went from being a very lively young lady, putting on shows for her grandpa and dancing and enjoying life and being loud and just this huge personality, to instead she withdrew and she would take massive action because she just wanted to get things done and move on to the next. So she also became a therapist. Many of us with traumatic pasts do that. She stepped into all of that because she wanted to provide what a safe space for others, right? And at the end of our typing session, we discovered that she is an air. Airs are naturally big personalities. They're the life of the party. They are great enrollers and salespeople and teachers. They talk loud, they talk bold, they tell stories, they talk fast. And she wasn't showing up that way. And after we discovered that she is an air, I told her it's safe to be seen now.
Mm.
And she cried. We hugged for a little while, and she showed up. We were at a 3-day in-person event. That was the 3rd morning. And the rest of that day, man, everyone there knew her, but she showed up different. You could just see her light radiating from her. And she's doing some massive things. It's time to catch up again, but this was just like a couple of weeks ago. So I would say seeing that kind of thing happen, or hearing people conversion rate go up, hearing people's conversion rate go up. There's a statistic that people who work with a professional image consultant and personal stylist earn an average of 30% more than their counterparts.
Wow.
So are
Okay,
you leaving 30% on the table?
Since you brought that up, do you work one-on-one with people who want that help?
Absolutely.
So Amy Janice's email address is in the chat. You're going to run and don't walk to get her report. But if you are a high-performing, high-impact seeking speaker, trainer, messenger of change, and you don't love to shop, and you need help making sure the choices that you make are the smart choices that will allow you to show up, why not put yourself on the priority list and have Amy in your corner and by your side? I mean, goodness gracious, I'm going to put you in my wish list myself, because this is one of the things that I just don't love to do. Sometimes I'll go to a department store and I'll just instantly get overwhelmed, and I'll leave as soon as I get there, which would explain why sometimes I'll be seen in the same outfit more than one time. So yeah, Amy, you're on my wish list to do that kind of work for me, because I've been doing a lot of speaking, and I think I need to have more choices Because you know something that people don't talk about? If you are on stage, you get photographed a lot, and then the images get showcased across social media, and that pink jacket that you wore that one time looks old really fast.
Although that pink jacket does look amazing on you.
Thank you so much. Well, Amy, Janece, any parting words before we wrap this up?
I would like to share my deepest philosophy that I share as much as possible. So for one thing, people have told me a lot like, oh, you made me more confident. You did this. I didn't do anything except hold the mirror. I hold the mirror for you to see a glimpse of your beauty in the way everyone else sees you. But what I really want to leave you with is please know that you are a masterpiece and you do deserve to be framed as such. Your clothes are merely the frame. You are a masterpiece.
Oh, mic drop moment. That was beautiful. Amy, Janece, thank you so much for being a guest on the Learn More, Earn More show. Please, for those who are watching and sharing generously with your friends, please go to the show notes so that you know how to get in touch with Amy, how to partner with Amy, and how to have Amy in your corner and by your side as your personal wardrobe stylist. You will be converting colors to cash and having a whole lot more transformation happen when you make the wise choice to put Amy on your team. So Amy, thank you for being here, and we will be showing up differently as a direct result of everything we learned today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nancy.